That week, Bullhead City police gave a Jane Doe her real name, Sonya Alice Langan. She was 17, flipping burgers at the local Burger King. Her family had moved to Bullhead City from Kingman, another small Arizona town. People knew her. Markers, customers, neighbors. A kid working to get by. So when she disappeared in 1982, nobody saw danger. Nobody called the police. No missing person report. Not one. Her family saw the empty room and thought she ran away. Do that when home gets too hard. But that one assumption gave her killer a head start. No one outside that small circle knew she existed, and that's when the second disappearance started, her identity itself. There was no paper trail, no report, no file, nothing. Think about how dangerous that is. A girl simply gone, and everyone assumed someone else knew where she went. Fast forward 7 years, a construction crew on Castleberry Lane, on May 15th, 1989, started digging up the lot, and a few feet down, the shovel hit something. Human remains, a skeleton that had been there for years. Then detectives found a bullet lodged in the skull. Examiners said she was a girl, 17 to 19 years old. She had been in that ground for years, maybe 10. That huge time window crippled the case from day one. Witnesses had moved away, memories had faded, leads were dead. So police had a body, a bullet, and no name. Something to call her. So they used the street, Castleberry Kate, named after the lane where they found her. A made-up name for a girl nobody claimed. And that's all she was. A file, a nickname. For 35 years, it sat there, open, cold. Meanwhile, everyone who knew Sonya kept living their lives. Her Burger King co-workers knew her schedule, her face. Back in Kingman, people remembered her as a kid. Her killer didn't need to fool everyone. People, and silence did all the work the killer needed. For decades, all detectives had was remains and a nickname. The missing piece was out there the whole time. Her family. Then in 2024, a grant paid for new DNA testing. The sample went to volunteers who build family trees from DNA. They're called the DNA Doe Project. They identify unknown victims. Find the cousins first, then work backwards to you. A didn't point at a suspect. It pointed at relatives. And in this case, those relatives led straight back to Sonya. Late 2025, the tree hit a 99% match. A match isn't official until living relatives confirm it. So police tracked them down, and they confirmed it. After 37 years, Castleberry Kate was Sonya Alice Langan. But here's the problem. That only solves half the case. Because whoever shot Sonya still does not have a name. This isn't a closed case. It's a case that just woke up. Now detectives get to recheck every assumption from 1982. One wrong assumption protected the killer for decades. But in the end, family DNA is what broke it. The same family that never called the police brought her home. Now police need someone to remember what happened in between. Sonya Langan has her name back after 37 years. On their list is her killers.